Victoria is getting a new property tax. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because Victoria has another tax. Is anyone at all surprised? Yeah, and it's for property, everyone's favourite investment and way to stimulate the economy here in Australia. That's just what you need. First recession in 28 years. Unemployment just ticked up again. International migration is in the toilet. International students are hardly arriving. International trade is all over the place. Costs of everything is going up. So perfect time for another tax. Thank you, Mr. Andrews. So let's look at this. The windfall gains tax to benefit the Victorian community. There you have it. Because honestly, a tax is never the answer. If a tax is the answer to your problem, then, well, you don't understand the problem. The Victorian government is ensuring significant value increases from government rezoning decisions are shared with the community. The windfall gains tax will be introduced into Parliament this week and will return a share of the profits from rezonings to the community for vital infrastructure, such as public transport and schools. Don't people already have to pay headworks charges and all these other costs associated with this stuff? When governments make planning decisions to rezone land, property values can rise sharply overnight. It's important that these profits are shared with Victorian communities and are used to fund the services and infrastructure these communities need. The new windfall gains tax was announced as part of the Victorian Budget 21-22, and following stakeholder engagement with a range of industry bodies, the government is announcing some changes to the policy. As previously announced, the total value uplift from a rezoning decision will be taxed at 50% for windfalls above $500,000. 50%! That's insane. With the tax phasing in from $100,000, ensuring most landholders of rezoned land won't be affected. Residential land, which includes a home, including holiday homes and investment properties, will be exempt from the tax. It will not apply to any other increases in value, such as appreciation and property values over time. Primary production land that contains a house will also be exempt up to 2 hectares. 2 hectares ain't that much. Rezonings in most rural lands or to public land zone will be exempt. Landowners with a windfall gains tax liability will be able to defer payment until the next dutiable transaction of the land or after 30 years, whichever occurs first. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that so nice of them? Exemptions will also be provided for charities if the land continues to be used for charitable purposes for the next 15 years after a rezoning, and to rezonings to and from the urban growth zone within existing growth and infrastructure contribution areas, which are subject to GIAC, will not be taxed. New transitional arrangements will push back the commencement of the tax by a year to the 1st of July 2023 and will provide an exemption to proponent-led rezonings that were well in train by the 15th of May 2021. The windfall gains tax will be calculated based on valuations undertaken by the valuer general on the pre-rezoning and post-rezoning capital improved values of land and the differences between the two representing the value uplift. It will apply to other interests. It will apply to other increases in value due to improvements to the property or appreciation over time. I thought it wouldn't. Oh, well, there you go. What's the Property Council's take on this? So, Australia's leading property construction and building housing development industry groups have called on Victorian MPs to oppose the Andrews government's 19th. This is it. It's their 19th new or increased property tax. 19 taxes. Increases. So, yeah. Housing affordability. How's that going down in Melbourne? Let's look. What's the property prices here? We can see they've all gone up. Let's look at asking prices in Melbourne. We'll bring that up. Let's just reload here. Come on, reload. Yeah, yeah. Not that high, huh? What are we looking at? 3 better, $1 million. Yeah, sure. Remember, all of these taxes, all of these costs, all of these increases get passed on to the buyers, to housing, to everyone. So you may get these government benefits and services, but you're all paying for it one or two ways anyway, guys. And your kids might be able to afford a house. Taxes are not the solution. The Property Council of Australia, Housing Industry Association, Urban Development Institution of Australia Victoria, and Master Builders Victoria have joined forces to oppose the windfall gains tax. Well, where's the Institute of Architects? Why aren't they here too? They said the 50% tax on rezoned land follows big increases in stamp duty and land tax in the May state budget and will make home ownership even more difficult for many Victorian families. The Property Council's Victorian Executive Director, Danny Hunter, said, "We've only just started to reopen after the world's longest lockdown, and Victorians are about to be slugged with yet another tax. This is the wrong tax at the wrong time and will hit Victorian families, jobs and investors when we can least afford it. It will also have a significant impact on regional Victoria. We are calling on MPs from all sides to do the right thing and oppose the new tax so we can get on with our important economic recovery and get Victoria moving again." This is the thing. The Victorian government isn't the economy. The Victorian government leeches off the economy. You just have to understand that. Taxes are redistributed money. They come from productive people, tend to go to unproductive people. Anyway, let's keep going. The property, construction, housing and development industries employs 1 in 4 working Victorians and contributes 59% of the state's taxation revenue, which is derived from building and property. Property Council research shows the tax would raise hundreds of millions of dollars more revenue than the government's estimates, and that a property tax burden on Victorian communities is too high. Victorian Executive Director of the HIA, Fiona Neild, said the tax would make housing more unaffordable for many Victorians, with the price of a housing lot in the Geelong growth area to be increased by as much as $53,000 under the windfall gains tax. We know that over 90% of renters aspire to home ownership, but less than half believe they will achieve this goal, she said. There is no way you can improve housing affordability by adding new taxes, fees and charges. Yes, 100%. This is just going to get passed on to the punters. But don't worry. Don't worry. Labor will dress it up as more schools for your kids. Probably more shitty schools anyway. The Victorian education system is full of so much woke crap. And that's for another video. It will impact land prices and home buyers at all levels at a time when housing continues to become less affordable as dwelling prices outpace earnings. This is especially true in regional Victoria. Chief Executive of UDIA, Matthew Candelars, said its modelling showed the tax will equate to at least $250,000 per hectare in regional Victoria, compared to just over $100,000 per hectare in Melbourne's growth corridors that is levied through GAIAC. There is no justification to hit regional Victoria with a tax more than double that charged in Melbourne. A vote for this tax is a vote to leave regional Victoria behind, he said. Well, yes, there is. They've incurred huge amounts of debt, everyone. They're racking it up. Hang on, where is it? Where is it? Where's my government debt one here? We have to have a look at here, guys. It's just gone so high. There you go. Trillions of dollars of debt, state and federal. That's why. That's why you need this tax. It's a windfall tax so everyone can get a share. No, it's because you handed out so much bloody money. You've racked up so much debt. You just now need to siphon more out of it from people. And if anything, it's just going to make it worse. This will create a greater incentive for the government to keep property prices higher because it's more money from them. This is a perverse situation. You've got people advocating for lower housing costs, but the government are going to manipulate the market to keep it up. This is what happens when you have intervention. I don't know if these are intended or unintended consequences of the intervention, but... So, it's the value generated from rezoning that builds homes, creates and sustains jobs, and builds communities. If development stops, then housing supply dries up and prices will skyrocket. Master Builders Victoria CEO Rebecca Cusson cautioned the government against introducing any new costs that might compromise Victoria's ability to deliver a solid pipeline of new building and construction activity to support economic growth and recovery. The building and construction industry supports 320,000 Victorian workers and delivers thousands of new homes a year and is critical to our state's economic recovery from the pandemic. It's therefore critical that this recovery isn't jeopardized by introducing more new taxes. So, well, let's have a talk about this one, everyone. I can't say that I'm at all surprised that more taxes are being introduced and levied. Are you? What do you think? I think the masses will eat this up. They won't understand the implications of it, that it will flow through to them. They'll just, believe the bullshit from Guardian going, oh, it's the rich getting rich, we'll get our fair share. It'll get pumped into more union schools. It's just going to be a complete mess. Housing will be more expensive, and you'll have generations of renters. We need to push and advocate for a government to step away from the housing market at all levels to limit their intervention into the sector. Maybe we need to have some special economic regions where we experiment with new ideas, guys. Well, I want you to check out this video. This was one of my rant videos about the government in Western Australia controlling the potato sector. State-controlled potato farms, guys. Unbelievable. Something out of the dark ages happened in Australia recently. Take care. I'll see you next time.